Chale guys, so let's start. I think we'll move to the strategic change and innovation. So guys, yeah, sure, shout out. Thank you so much. So when I'm just talking about this next topic about strategic change and innovation, we know what is change. Change means you need to, you could say, sustain in the market. You always need to come up with some new product, some new varieties, so that you may be able to stable yourself or compete yourself in comparison with your competitor. That is called change. Innovation means how you can actually upgrade your product, or such technology you can upgrade, such product features you can upgrade, which is not at all available in the competitor, like what the Apple is doing. Okay, what the Airbus and Boeing is doing exactly in the market. Okay, what the Sony is doing, what Nikon and Canon is doing exactly in the market. Okay, so there are a lot of examples, because when I'm just talking about the you could say change and innovation, first of all we need to understand what do you mean by change. Okay, now as you can see that change are basically somehow directly associated with the people, because based on the human resources working in the company. Okay, so change always being incorporated. Change in terms of the change may be positive, change may be negative as well. Like for example, you talk about Ratan Tata Industries, and the entry of Cyrus Mistry. There were a lot of ups and downs in the company once they entered. Okay, we talk about ICICI Bank. Once the Chanda Kochar left, okay, and then you can see that there's a difference in the, you could say, proceeding of that particular company. Change is somehow basically, I'm just talking about the change in the management of the company, change in the objectivity of the company, change in how a particular manager, CEO, owner of the company will reflect when it's come to their working. Okay, so when I'm just talking about the change strategies, these are basically the maybe in under formal organization, with the people of the company, with tasks which they are performing, and under informal organization as well. Okay, because when it's come to, you could say, formal organization, there should be proper line and authority management, proper reporting relationship to your managers, decision making power, control structure. These all will come under formal organization. People, when it comes to their leadership, their motivation, their cultural style, their history, their background, their recruitment. Then task, when it comes to the workload, responsibility given by the company to them. And informal, your groups, your social groups, unplanned groups, we can say informal communication, because all these basic parameters always play a very, very crucial role when it's come to making a change for the people in the organization. Okay, because people are the lifeblood of the company, they are the most important entity in the organization. Okay, so when I'm just talking about the strategic change, change basically can be incorporated or infused in the company with the help of these four basic parameter, and these are the basic tasks which can be performed under that. Any doubt, please, in any of the point in this slide? Change is nothing but something different from the past. Guys, please don't write anything on this. See, clicks nothing but it is a group only, I think. Anubhav, it's only group. Okay. See, from what aspect, I think, Adam, if I can understand, is nothing but a change we are talking right now. Change in terms of technology, change in terms of methodology, change in terms of your employees working in the company, changes term of companies, upscaling, upgradations, that everything actually happens for a change. It's not about people only, but people are responsible for a change in the company, because they are the one who are the initiator. Okay, who are the pillars of the company, who are basically, we can say, a catalyst in the company, those who will incorporate those changes. Yeah, definitely, general. Because see, Adam, because once we discuss this topic, it will take at least a complete lecture to discuss. Okay, but I'm going a bit generalized when it's come to all my topics going to cover in this syllabus. Sure. Now, this is basically the cost associated with the change. Cost means definitely when I'm just talking about change in the company structure, change in the company's technology, change in the company's, you could say, process, changes company's machineries or methodology, changes company's infrastructure, change in company's communication structure, change in company's vision and mission as well. All these parameters are basically somehow associated with the particular changes with that. Changes in terms of, because something which you need to, because see, when I'm talking about cost in terms of money, cost in terms of time, cost in terms of people efforts. Okay. So when I'm just talking about the cost associated with the strategic change, means we are talking about the monetary evaluation of the time which the people devote. We talk about the wastage or minimization of certain quality standard in the company. Okay. So when I'm just talking about this particular strategy, which includes your agree strategy, means how the company can gain the advantage. Communication means basically the achievements, SBU level strategy, systematic monitoring of the company. Monitoring achievement is basically whether the company has achieved the standard as per the expectation or not. Okay. Then we have the review, mission and objectives. If the company thinks that we are not going in the right direction, the company need to review the policies as well. And you need to make certain corrective actions as well. I think it's very simple, guys. Similar to the previous one, I think so. Is there any doubt in this? Sure. Let's move to the next part then. Now, when I'm just talking about the main cause of strategic change, why the company is basically incorporating towards change. The first one may be the environmental issues, maybe competition, economy of the country, legal changes in the country, business relationship. Maybe there is a new venture, new strategic alliances, joint venture, merger, partnership, change in technology, and change in people. I discussed, I think, all these points. Guys, have a look with all the 4 points now. These are major causes of change in any particular organization. Clear, everyone? We discuss about all these 4 points, guys. Okay. Sure. Thank you so much. Then we have 3-stage process of managing change. Now, as I told you, that change in the company may be positive or negative. It depends on what changes we incorporated. Okay. Like usually when we talk about, suppose change in the government or change in the political power in India, specifically I'm talking right now, these changes may be positive for a country, positive for a state, positive for a village, positive for a city as well. Because at each and every level, we have different, you could say, political appearances available. And each and every political party having their own way to manage changes. Okay, for example, there are some, you could say, consideration of managing the pandemic and the at different state level in India, if we talk about, different state government has actually put their best effort forward. Okay, same with the central government as well. When it's come to recently the farm law, okay, which is being, you could say, agitated by a lot of farmers in India, that is, you could say, one of the changes the government want to incorporate. Now, any changes which the government want to incorporate, which might have some positive changes, might have some negative changes. Same with the companies and corporates as well. Same with the country as well. Okay. Whenever the company is going for a change, definitely these changes may be positive, may be negative. So a company need to understand how they can manage those changes. First thing, changing identity of the organization. Okay, for example, if a company want to rebrand themselves, company want to repackage themselves, in such a cases, you need to understand that how this particular organization can be, you could say rebrand, like Reliance converted to Geo. One of the, you could say, important change in the company. Previously, it was Reliance Arcom, Reliance Communication. They rebrand themselves to Geo, and you can see the success of that particular company now. Second point, coordination transition issues. Coordination transition means when the company is moving from one phase to other phase. Like for example, when these particular bank mergers were there, Bank of Baroda merged for very first bank, Bank of Baroda merges with Dena Bank and Vijaya Bank. There was some transition exactly, which is being converted from three bank merging to one. So it may be possible there's any shift in the company size, company growth rate. In such a cases, what coordination transition issues the company may face, that is again one of the important change which may be incorporated. Clear, guys? I think examples are clear. How to manage changes. There is another example as well. I'm just quoting one single example to understand the terms better. Clear, guys? Everyone? Shall I move? Yeah. Third important point we have, controlling the political aspect of the organization. Now you can see that there are certain, you could say, constructive and destructive politics. Some we can say internal politics, shifting in power, diffusion of power, authority and responsibility in the company. And because recently the case of Tata, I'm talking out now, state of Reliance we talk about. Okay. Whenever there's a shift in power in the organization, which might have positive and negative impact both, how it will affect the company, that you need to manage. That is called the third important point, which comes under the political aspect of the organization changes. Clear? See, controlling the political aspect of organization means that because political, not in terms of political party, we are talking about shifting of power. Okay, because sometimes like when you're working in the corporates, you always have, you could certain you could say clashes of interest with your colleagues, with your boss, with your managers, because your point of view and their point of view might differ. Some power which was with you, but definitely later on the company has, you could say, diffuse that power to multiple people, that might degrade your position in the company as well. So these sort of clashes, this you could say challenges when it's come to managing the behavior of the people in the organization, that exactly will come under political aspect of the organization. Anubhav, clear? Sure. Let's move to the next slide then. Major categories of people actually. There are three basic people we have. That is called the change strategist, change implementer, and change recipient. Change strategist means top management. Those who are responsible for diffusing the changes, implementing the changes. Implementer, middle level management. Okay. And change recipients, lower level management. I mean, they are the strategy maker, strategy implementer, and say recipient are always the lower level or floor level management, floor level employee, we can say, or supervisor in the company. Have a look, guys. It's very simple, I think. Change strategist, change implementer, and change recipients. That is about top to bottom approach or bottom to up approach when it's come to giving the rights, responsibilities, and diffusing the roles and responsibilities in the organization as well. So that exactly will come under categories of people in the organization. Okay. Now, 5 basic factors which actually make yourself being a successful management in the company for any strategic changes. Okay. The first one is coherence. Coherence means association and taking the people in confidence whenever you are making any changes. Okay. Leading changes. Leading changes means you need to lead from the front. If you're making any changes, you need to prove it that it is correct. Linking strategic goal, definitely, because whatever changes you want to incorporate, that actually serve the purpose for the company's strategic benefit as well. Human resource you need to consider as well, because they are your assets and liability as well. When they will be asset, then when they are contributing to the company. When they become liability, when they are become actually dull in the company and very inefficient when it's come to their working. And assessment of environment before making any changes. So coherence means coordination. Leading means leading from front. Linking strategic operational change means you need to understand the strategic goal should be achieved. Human resource consideration is also important, to whom to retain, to whom to leave, to whom to fire from the company. And you need to understand about the environmental, what is called about the pestle analysis, political assessment, legal assessment, social assessment, technological assessment, sociological assessment. Okay. Clear, guys? Everyone? It's very simple topic, guys. Change. I think you understand what is change we are talking right now in this particular topic. Okay, thank you, Jyoti. Now, I think I have already covered up this topic, that is formal organization, people, task. Okay, so you just have a look of this slide, I think, guys. Just read it properly, I think, because we discussed already all these points. Formal organization, what are the work, people, task. Guys, clear? Yeah, sure. Not important. Yeah. Then we resistance to change now. Now, whenever the company is basically incorporating any changes, the people always resist basically because some would be in favor, some would be in against. So why people resist? Because of anxiety, because they might not be capable, skilled enough. Pessimism, because they think that they are not actively involved or they are not actually knowledgeable about their change. Irritation, lack of interest, opposition to strategy proposal and different proposal ambitions. That is called the resistance to change. How to overcome that? You need to give some extra incentives, some bonus to them, proper communication. You need to deliver proper benefit of that particular changes. Okay, so that exactly is all about is possible. Clarity is all about possible when there is a proper communication from the strategist to the recipients. Okay. Have a look, guys. I think it's very simple. I'll request you because you need to explore this topic a lot. Okay. Because I have a lot to discuss with you people, but because of limitation of timings and everything, we have to wind up these topics early. Okay. Then I think now innovation will start from tomorrow only. Change we have done. Strategic innovation I'll start from tomorrow and we'll complete this topic, I think so, in tomorrow's class. Strategic innovation.